A massage, something.
I'm shy.
I know, but a massage or something.
I want to start by thanking Harvey Weinstein. This is possible because of Harvey. He is a wonderful human being, a good friend, and just a powerhouse.
Can I stay on the bar?
No, you must come here now.
Not today, maybe. No.
A little bit.
Please. No, I don't want to.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady.
Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing. But we had no one that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were afraid of him.
Forced to have sex with Prince Andrew when she was 17 years old.
Bill Clinton.
Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of problems.
Oh, but that island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it.
Kathleen Willey, Juanita Broderick, then Donald Trump in the middle, Kathy Shelton, Paula Jones. These are women who have made very strong accusations against Bill Clinton.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
How disappointed you feel, because I feel it too.
I mean, literally crying.
Everybody is crying and so upset, and it is the end of their world.
We will not rest until we've stopped every last human trafficker and liberated every last survivor.
This is a different Earth today than it was 24 hours ago. It's a different place. It just is different.
One of the most consequential stories of our time against Harvey Weinstein, whose trial on rape and sexual assault charges will begin in January.
Billionaire financier Jeffrey Epstein has been arrested. He was taken into custody overnight. Was able to identify nearly 80 girls who were molested by Epstein.
Trafficking dozens of underage girls, some as young as 14 years old, forcing them to have sex with his powerful friends.
New victims and witnesses who spoke to authorities in New York over the past several months.
Probably quite a few important people, powerful people who are sweating it out right now. We'll have to wait and see whether Epstein's going to name names or what kind of information he's going to try to trade.
A baseless conspiracy theory is making its way into U.S. politics.
Jeffrey Epstein, who allegedly orchestrated a sex trafficking ring that delivered girls to him and his high-profile friends, has been found dead in jail.
Earlier this year, Acosta defended his actions in the case, telling the Washington Examiner this matter was appealed all the way up to the Deputy Attorney General's office.
Democrats are also in cahoots with large tech firms to traffic young children for sex.
Nathaniel Gleischer used to be a federal prosecutor for the Department of Justice. Now he's working for Facebook.
I'm our head of cybersecurity policy, and so I help drive our effort to counter information operations. The thing that I'm most focused on is how do we stay one step ahead.
The FBI has called it a potential domestic terror threat.
Have to make a decision. How much are they willing to commit? And the more they commit, the more they put their necks out. And that's part of the goal here.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you.
Worst happens and Trump's presidency results in calamity. We will have no excuse to make, no answer to give. This is an emergency. We should break the glass.
And shut it down. And you know what? You're probably going to be successful.
And they're going to be people that are going to die because of this.
The idea of impeachment grows as a real and a concrete possibility that the time has come.
Today on Capitol Hill, as House Democrats announced 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump, abuse of power and obstruction of Congress.
The verdict is in.
Donald John Trump, President of the United States, is not guilty as charged.
Wayne Maxwell has been arrested. That also means that there are other people who may also be in jeopardy who were associated with and assisted the exploits of Jeffrey Epstein.
Is there a doomsday plan for a time like this?
We need a political revolution where millions of people stand up.
We have to collectively, in essence, burn down the Republican Party.
That sentiment at the core of the coalition cannot be pried loose, and it cannot be negotiated with, and it cannot be appeased.
We have to level them.
Utterly confronted and destroyed.
The organization today declared the coronavirus a global pandemic.
In a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd, and you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
We announced the creation of the International Revolutionary People's Guerrilla Forces.
They've marched. They've bled. Yes, some of them have died. We have done this before. We can do this again.
I'm telling you, they're not going to stop. And everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels. They're not going to let up, and they should not. And we should not.
We're going to treat you more fairly. We're going to try to replace the United States.
It is within our grasp to do this, not just an imperative, it is within our grasp.
It's the most ridiculous argument that elections should decide.
If there are survivors, if there are people who weather this storm, they will do it again.
Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another 4-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government.